Today we're ranking base meme coins. Every portfolio should at least have one good base play. I've been reviewing a lot of portfolios lately and I've been shocked by how many people hold straight up scams. I will address these in this video. We're ranking them based on risk to reward, not how many multipliers they will do. Do not make the mistake of market cap hunting these meme coins. Some of these are also in a great buying opportunity right now. This is not financial advice. We're going to start off with Keyboard Cat. So this meme, of course, pays tribute to the famous Keyboard Cat, the meme that went viral almost 20 years ago. So this is deeply rooted in recognizable internet culture. This is now also an officially licensed meme coin. So Keyboard Cat right now is still considered low cap. Exchange situations should improve as we only have the lowest tier of exchanges. Socials are good, decent following, good engagement. It's very easy to make content for these type of meme coins, which is a huge plus. Cats also tends to do well. Chart is looking decent. All in all, I view this as a B tier. Get some more exchanges, and this is an A tier easily. Next up is AeroBud. This one is related to Sage, the rescue dog. Socials are decent. It's good content. However, in my comment section on my last videos, there has been a lot of raids of AeroBud bots. You'll probably see them in this comment section as well. I think it's important that this doesn't get too spammy, as the name will just be associated with other scam projects that you often see in these comment sections. I'm not saying that this is a scam. I'm saying slow down on the bots. As for ranking, I think it checks a lot of boxes for something that will pump. If this gets some exchanges ASAP, you could be looking at a multi-$100 million meme coin eventually. This will also help with the volume. Until then, I have AeroBud at C tier. Akuma, now this one had a major sell-off a couple of days ago. The dip got eaten and it recovered fairly well. However, their X got suspended and their posts are now all over the place. The potential for this one was great. Just the way the project was carried out makes me want to stay far away from it. You can also check wallets as well. They haven't even tried to hide this. There are much better projects coming up on this list. Avoid this. Next up is Mochi, named after Brian Armstrong's pet cat. It's got a Japanese theme, which normally performs really well. This is not only for the Asian market, but the Western world as well. They also have some utility. In terms of listings, Mochi is listed on CoinEx and MXC. Mochi was actually the very first base project to be listed on MXC, according to them. It's now a year old. Holders have been tested, but it hasn't been performing too well, but it's been holding up decently. Not as good as some of the other cats on this list, but should perform well nonetheless. Content is still good. It gets a B tier. Next up is Boomer. Now, Boomer is an internet meme that got popularized a couple of years ago. Chart is looking okay. XT listing. The thing is, there will never be a human-like form such as this one as a top tier meme coin, because it puts a very severe limitation on who can resonate with this coin. That's why the top meme coins are all animals or animal-like creatures. Why? Because humans love these creatures and can feel a connection to them. The second you introduce a human, and an old, non-good-looking human, that puts so many limitations to what people can connect with and want to be associated with. This is not the first time we see this. For instance, the reason why Fofar performs so poorly while the rest of the Mad Fury characters perform so well is because it looks like an ugly human that no one wants to hold in their wallet. And these things matter a lot when you're looking for meme coins. So this won't be a billion-dollar project, even though the narrative is funny. Having said this, it's a well-done project. It gets a D tier. Next up is Base God. Again, this is a human. This is no ordinary human though. This is the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, portrayed as a godlike figure, which probably is not far from the truth. Retail will recognize a dog. But imagine this guy, for someone who comes into this space and has the opportunity of investing in a cute animal, or this guy that they've never seen before, they're going to go with the animal. No one knows who this guy is outside of crypto. By the name, they're going to think either a cyclist or an astronaut. This is an inside joke for crypto nerds like us. This doesn't take into account retail interest. So of course it can perform, but it won't do several 100 millions in market cap. It gets a D tier. Degen has performed really well after it got some listing announcements. It's also now covered a lot on YouTube. I think Degen will perform well. Now, Degen is already listed on Coinbase, which gives it a huge advantage amongst the other meme coins on this list. It's also on Whitebit, one of the largest European centralized crypto exchanges. Degen is very solid. It gets an A tier. Next up is Baby Tiger. Looks that volume is not there. Engagement is not there. Also very suspicious wallet behaviors. It's a clear avoid for me. Next up is Andy. Now, I talked about this issue before, where a certain meme coin not only has to compete with other meme coins on the same chain, but multiple chains. And that's what we run into here. Andy is part of the Boys Club, and Boys Club itself has limited liquidity. And it gets even more limited as the same character is going to be split across different chains. Right now, Andy is active on Blast, ETH, BNB, Sol, and Base. Way too many. And these are real competitors, as retail will struggle a lot with finding the quote-unquote real one. It will do fairly decent, engagement is there, but it's not a $1 billion meme coin. It gets a C tier. Next up is Brett. Now, Brett is currently by some regarded as the mascot of the Base ecosystem. These guys are also doing an insane marketing campaign right now. As for the listing situation of Brett, there's no guarantee that Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, or Robinhood listing will come. There has been some speculation regarding the Cabal play that might get in the way of these listings. Time will tell. If this manages to get really top tier listings, this is an S tier meme. Right now, it's an A tier in my eyes, but could still yield a 10x from here, no doubt. Next up is Toshi, the cat of Brian Armstrong. I was bullish on this in the last base meme coin video I did, and my conviction has not changed. Not only does it tap into a lot of utility features like the token launchers, it's got NFTs, Toshi Mart. This meme coin is actually developing really well. Every single time I cover it, they've added some new feature. It's got good listing, chart is looking good, volume is decent, checks every single box for something that will perform. Easy S tier. Next up, we have SCAMS Dog. Now, this one I talked about in my last tier list video, and I said hopefully they will use some money that they earn from the merch and use it to fund some exchanges. Turns out they did, and the price skyrocketed, doing more than a 10x since our video. So make sure to subscribe to not miss these videos. You also have Brian Young being the KOL for this, as he keeps on shilling it. I think it has ran a lot, and I would be very careful aping in right now. I would wait at least a couple of weeks, let it dip, or at least consolidate before going in. But after these exchanges, I have this one right now at an A tier in terms of risk to reward. Next up, we have Mask Cat. Straight up copy of Mask the dog. Success, very poor risk to reward. It's not on CoinMarketCap, which obviously means their application got denied for some reason. It's been launched over a month ago, so should have this by now. Also, Bubble Maps should tell you all you need to know about this one. Easy avoid. Next up, we have Base Pepe. Now, here we run into exactly the same problem as we did with Andy. This time, we're up against, in my opinion, the best meme coin in the entire crypto space, being Pepe on ETH. I think this big brother is going to put a cap on how high Base Pepe will go. It's still a decent meme though, but the same arguments apply here as it did for Andy. It gets a C tier. Next up, we have Mfer coin. This is part of an NFT collection called Mfers. Chart of this one is quite depressing if you compare it to other base meme coins. The concept is great. It's made by this guy named Toshi. It has really good listings, including Bybit, which is nothing short of impressive. Twitter is also active. I'm kind of surprised this one hasn't performed better, especially when the other picks have performed the way they've done. In light of this, I can't justify giving this more than a C tier. Next up, we have Basenji. Website is good, content is great. I was a bit concerned that the connection between Base and this dog right here is a bit vague. The connection is only in the name, and there aren't many that know of this dog race. But I'm not here to argue with charts and volume. It has decent listings, good social engagement. Altcoin Daily is also shilling this as the SHIB of Base. Part of the dog narrative. Can't really go wrong with that. It gets an A tier. Next up, we have Toby. Been out since May. No centralized exchange listing. Straight in the bin. Not worth. Russell is the dog of Brian Armstrong. If Russell can get some exchanges, I think this will do wonders. Exactly the same thing happened with Ski Mask after they got listings. Other than this, there's no reason for this not to perform. However, it's still a very young meme coin. Give it some time. Currently, with the low market cap, I give it a C tier. Next up, we have Chomp. Now, this one was listed on a couple exchanges, including Bitmart. Might have been taken down due to low volume. Although socials are bullish and market cap is low, it's not worth. You can still get really good returns with the other coins on this list. The risk to reward is just infinitely better with the other ones here. Just avoid this. Next up is Mr. Miggles. Now, a lot of the same arguments I had for Toshi could be applied here. These guys are also building continuously. They have NFTs together with good revenue stream through merch. Chart is also looking good, healthy pullback. This is also a contender for the mascot of this entire ecosystem, as it was featured in a video by Coinbase themselves. Also, something really bullish that just came out a couple of days ago is that the intellectual property has been settled. So the Miggles team now has green lights to use Miggles as the mascot that was created by Coinbase. This is very big because now there's an official connection between Miggles and Coinbase. So Coinbase listing will probably come eventually for this one. With all of this, I'd say the future for Miggles is looking very bright. It's an S tier. These are the results so far in the VIP Discord that we've gotten after the top in March when the entire market was red. And these are all the meme coin calls we've had so far. I like being fully transparent and showing all the meme coins that did well and the ones that did not work out. I am the only YouTuber who does this, that is being fully transparent, because I think you deserve to know. This is the only Degen trade I lost money on. The rest I took out initials. I invested somewhere between $20 to $100 in these, while my last secret gem I invested around $10,000, which was mad. Same with Ponke. This new gem I will also invest the same amount. It's a low cap, part of a great narrative that I think will do super well. When joining, you can also post your portfolio here and you will get a very solid portfolio review. Price will gradually double during this altcoin season, so make sure to lock in this price. I hope to see you there. Take care and stay safe.